Hey everyone, welcome back to another session of the Relaxing Fertility Yoga sponsored by the Fertility Partnership. My name is Julie Ela Grace, and I'm always honored to have you here, whether you're joining live or whether you're catching the replay of this. So, yes, thank you so much for being here. So, just to get started, I know some of you are regulars and you know these things, but some of you, this might be your first time here. So, just to first say, everyone is welcome at these sessions, okay? So, whether you're a woman or a man, you're all welcome here. That being said, this session today is particularly specialized towards women, but guys, all the things we do, you also can do. They're just going to have different effects in your body because you have different parts. Okay, so this recently I had a request from one of you to do a class based on when you have a frozen embryo transfer. And so the session that we are going to do today is specifically geared for that. That being said, you can do this session anytime, again, whether you're a man or a woman, and this is safe, whether, again, you are in that stage of IVF or not. Of course, being sponsored by the Fertility Partnership, these classes are typically geared for people undergoing IVF, but again, everyone is welcome. Okay. What else do I need to say? So the classes, again, they vary from week to week. And when we're talking about fertility and yoga, sometimes as a yoga teacher, I can become a little frustrated when I hear other people saying, okay, this is exactly what this does, because we don't actually always have, say, a Western study that says, okay, that pose affects this in exactly that way. Bodies are different, but we do have physiological understandings of the body, and whether that comes from a Western context or an Ayurvedic or yoga context or a traditional Chinese medicine context, okay? So I just always want to invite you to remember that what you're doing is good for your body regardless. Okay. But you also have to listen to your body. So if something doesn't feel right to you, if you have an injury or an illness, be responsive to that lovingly. Okay. And one of the most important things that you can take away from these classes, from any yoga class, especially when you're trying to conceive, is to relax. This is a chance for you to just drop in, to love and nurture your body exactly as it is in this moment. And if you need a scientific reason for that, if you are very mind-oriented, one basic fact here is that what underpins cortisol, so your stress hormone, and what underpins progesterone, the hormone that increases in a pregnancy, we get a spike of it in the luteal phase, they are underpinned by, I might say this wrong, I can't remember the exact name, but they have the same underpinning. So as far as the chemical in the body. So what happens if you get really stressed, your cortisol can go up very high, but that actually limits how high your progesterone can go. So we want to find a balance in the body. We need cortisol, otherwise we wouldn't have it. But we also want to allow the body to relax and to find that natural rhythm with the hormones. Now, if you're like me, saying something like this could potentially stress you out because you might get stressed about being stressed, right? There's a reason I do yoga and meditation. I've been doing them for 18 years because I think I would be a complete mess without them. I can get into my mind a lot. And it's been yoga and meditation that have really been able to keep me grounded and centered throughout so much of my adult life. So if you're like me and you get stressed about being stressed, just take a breath, honor your experience. Okay, this is what it feels like to be stressed. And in fact, remember that you have stress responses for reasons. And so it's just going, okay, this is what it feels like to be stressed. I'm going to take some deep breaths now. And just do that. And see if you can find those little circuit breakers. When you notice stress, whatever form, a few deep breaths. Maybe you like to stretch or move. Okay? So just remember to love yourself, to be compassionate with yourself. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so we are going to start with a centering and breathing exercise, and then we'll move into some warm-ups. And then again, today I'm really going to focus on giving you some ideas for poses to play with around that embryo transfer stage. When you're looking at doing an embryo transfer and the days afterwards especially, you don't want to be doing any hardcore yoga, but we never do hardcore yoga here anyway. Okay, I've talked a lot. I'm done. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start again with that centering and breathing. And you've always got two options for this. So you can either sit up nice and tall, or you can lie down on your back. And guys, please feel free to really do what feels better to you, but also use a prop if you want. So if you want to sit up, you can sit up onto even a couch cushion or a pillow. If you don't have yoga props, please feel free to use a blanket over your body if you're feeling a little chilly. Just make yourself really, really comfortable, okay? Okay, so when you, again, if you're coming down also, please feel free to lie down onto your back. You can bend your knees. That will feel better if you have lower back sensitivities. Or you can extend your legs all the way out, letting them flop and splay. Again, just find what feels right to you in this moment. Okay. And then once you find your centering position, again, either seated or lying down, take a few rolls of the shoulders. You're going to inhale, roll them up. Exhale them down and back. And again. And one more. And just relax your shoulders down. Relax your hands either facing up or down, up for receiving energy or down for grounding energy. And close your eyes. And take a few deep inhales through the nose, with exhales sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. Once you sigh it out a few times, just come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Start to notice your breath. Notice where it lands in your body. then take the awareness to your face and just start to soften the face. Relax the brow, relax down along the corners of the eyes, the corners of the mouth, loosen the jaw. And take that same awareness down to your hands. Relax through your palms, through your fingers. So often we can store stress and tension also in the face and the hands without necessarily realizing it. So it's just nice to check in with them. And then also check in with the rest of your body and notice where you're feeling what, where you might be storing stress or tension, where your body is feeling open and relaxed. And whatever you find in your practice, I just want to invite you to notice without judgment. So there's no need to label anything as good or bad, but just allow it to be. And then from here, take the awareness and bring it back to your breath. And just start to deepen the breath through the nose. Inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly roll back towards the spine. So we inhale, belly rises and expands. Exhale, belly contracts. And then deepen your breath further. Inhale through the nose, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. So we're inhaling, expanding all the way up, and exhaling, contracting all the way down. And you might sometimes be hearing little sounds of paws on the floor. And just see if you can let any external sound, whether from my end or yours, just be vibration. So not good, not bad, but just part of this present moment, other creatures living their lives as we are also here breathing. So really connect into your breath. Again, inhale, belly, ribs, chest, expand. Exhale, contract, chest, ribs, and belly. And just take about 5 more rounds of slow, deep breath here. And just follow your breath. Inhale, exhale. Take another breath here. And then start to mentally ready yourself for movement. And just in your own time and in your own way, draw some movement back into your body. So let yourself stretch, roll around, yawn, sigh, just do whatever you need. And then from here, let's come up to seated, but just take your time. And just to say, guys, I'm actually pre-recording this session today because I am going to see my partner's band play this evening. And so for anyone that could have caught it, I had been trying to read something on my phone during that breathing because I've had to pause the Zoom recording a couple times. And I was just wondering if that recording in progress sounds on your end when Zoom makes that notification. If it does, I am so sorry. It won't happen again. I just had to pause it a few times as people were going in and out of the room and the dogs barked when a delivery came. But yeah, so I'm really sorry if that is making that sound or if you caught me kind of looking down. That was why. It was all for you. Okay, so coming up to, oh yes, and happy Halloween. Okay, coming up to seated. Okay, try to sit with your legs crossed. And if you struggle to sit here with your legs crossed, please feel free also to sit up onto, onto a cushion, onto a bolster, onto a pillow. Just so again, if you don't have yoga props, it's okay. You can use what you have at home. And we just want to give, again, remember we're giving the body a break here. We're giving the body lots of love, okay? So once you find your seated position, take a nice big inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release down. And again, inhale, lift. And exhale down. And inhale, lift. And then this time, exhale, release your left hand down to the ground. Reach your right arm across. You might be able to come onto the forearm, but I just want you to go to the point that it feels okay to you. And then inhale, lift all the way back up tall. And exhale, take it down to the other side. So what we're trying to do is open laterally here. And take a few more. And again, remember, if you are in that embryo transfer phase, maybe you're just going to take it a little more gently. But it's just, again, about what feels good to your body. Okay? Maybe it's a really nice stretch. Maybe you want a little less. And then take it all the way back through center. And now roll the shoulders up. Exhale them down and back. And then place your hands onto your knees. Let's just take a few seated cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, take the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. And then exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest and round back. And again. One more. Okay. And then bring yourself back up to a seated position. And then from here, so if you've done these sessions with me before, you'll have probably encountered this idea of the vagus nerve, which is a cranial nerve that runs all the way down to your gut, and it's a nerve that is deeply linked to our stress responses. So again, remember that a big part of what we're doing here is trying to bring the stress response down, or bring the stress levels down. So we're going to do a little vagus nerve exercise. If you've never done it before, it can feel very strange. It's an eye movement exercise, and there's such amazing science behind this. There are physiological reasons that this works. But like any exercise, the first time or first few times that you do it, it might feel weird. You might feel like you're straining your eyes a little bit. But just remember that if you just suddenly took off for a run and you've never run in your life, or you haven't been running for a long time, your body's also going to feel a little uncomfortable. And it's the same with the eye movement exercises. It's not like when you were a kid and someone was going, your face is going to get stuck like that. It's not that, okay? It's just an exercise to help the nervous system, okay? So we want to sit up nice and tall here. This is a different one than we've done lately. And we're going to take the right arm up, and then we're going to bring the right hand toward the left ear. And then we're gently going to drop that right ear down towards the shoulder. Then we're going to hug the right side of the body. Okay, so we're hugging the ribs, and then we're going to just very gently pull across. Okay, very strange position. Now, I want you to turn your eyes up towards the ceiling. So looking up to the left, going out the left corners of your eye. Oh, and you're just going to hold this here. I know it feels weird. Take your eyes as far to the left as you can. You can blink, you absolutely can blink, but keep your eyes up to the corners. Allow for any natural responses. So if you sigh or take a deep breath or swallow or yawn, Those are all vagus nerve responses. Take one more breath here. And then gently start to tip everything up through center. Oh, release your arms. Take a moment just to sigh out at center. We're going to swap to the other side. So that left hand is going to come up, and then we're going to tip that left ear down towards the left shoulder. Right hand comes and hugs the body, and then we just gently pull, nothing masochistic ever. Okay, and then you're going to look up to the corner, out the corner of your eyes, sorry. Okay, and again, start to lift back through center. Just do whatever naturally comes to you, whether that's sighing, yawning, swallowing. Okay. And then from here, I want you to unwind your legs so that your left leg is coming out front and your right leg is coming out the back, okay? And we're going to keep things super gentle today, all right? So relax your left hand onto your left knee and take your right hand, bring it to your hip crease here, okay? And then I just want you to gently press forward and back, just really gentle. Okay. Take two more. I don't know if anyone else has seen the video of the cats that they train to use these buttons with words on them, but there's one cat that just presses the button mad over and over again. Mad, mad, mad. I think that about her sometimes. I feel like she's mad a lot, this little cat. Okay, take it down. And then from here, I want you to take your hands, bring them to the left knee. And we're just going to roll the shoulders back and open the chest. We sit up tall. And then we're going to exhale and start to walk forward. And you can either stack your fists or stack your palms, or just take the forehead all the way down. And then inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Roll it back up. We're just trying to wake the hips up a little bit before we go into some deeper static poses. So then we're going to again swap. So we just scoot the legs around the other way. And then again, I just want you to take some forward and back with that hip crease. Just forward, back. Nothing dramatic. Okay. And then again, let's take the hands over the right knee, sit up tall. And then exhale, walk it down. There's some there's some belief that folding it over the legs, so whether it's in this position or whether it's in a seated forward fold, is good for uterine blood flow. So this can just be a nice thing to do again because we're waking up the hips. And then we're going to walk the hands back. And then from here, I want you to just adjust and start to sit yourself up. Now, I want you to sit up so that your legs are just coming out into, you're sitting up here with your legs at a slight V, okay? And your knees are up. So we're getting this nice open hip position, okay? If you're sitting up onto a cushion, that could be okay still, but if it's too tall, you might want to come off of it for this, okay? So we're going to take a variation on tortoise pose. So what we're going to do is take the hands and we're going to bring them through center and take the elbows and bring them around so that it's like they're coming underneath the yeah, what are we doing? Weird things. Okay, so we're letting the hands, I'll turn to the side actually so that you can see this here. So we're taking it like so, okay? And then we're just going to open the chest. So we're going to roll the shoulders back and open up. If you've got really sensitive knees, you could also flex your feet here, okay? So that your feet are lifting up rather than relaxing down. It just depends on how you feel. And we're going to contract and open a few times in this position, okay? So we're going to inhale, open the chest. And exhale, we round it in. And again, inhale, open the chest. And exhale, round. And one more. And inhale. Start to come out. And I want you to draw the soles of your feet together and just ground down through your sits bones. But today we're going to take the feet a little further out. So I naturally always bring my feet together, but we're going to play with, which looks great with the socks. We're going to play with letting the feet flex here, okay? Flexed is actually usually, anytime we're bending the knees, flexed is actually usually a little bit better. Okay, I'm sure you can hear this cat bell all the time. So in just a moment, I'm gonna go open the door for her because she's mad. So we're going to hold on to the big toes, okay? And then send the heart forward, roll the shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. And we're just going to breathe, okay? So take 5 breaths here while I go let the cat outside. Okay. And then from here, exhale. Tuck the chin in towards your chest and round. And again, inhale, sit up tall. All right. Now, we're going to come down into a supine bound angle. I am going to throw in another option using a bolster. So, but you don't have to have a bolster, guys, to do this. But if you do, you might want to use it. And the good news is with these sessions on YouTube, you can rewind after the premiere, and you can always join in later if you need to go back over anything. So if you don't have a bolster and you think, that looks good, I want one, you can come back to this session later. But so bolsters, they can come in different shapes and sizes. They can be rectangles or circles. So it doesn't really matter. And in fact, you don't have to have a bolster. You could have a big pillow or nothing at all. Okay. But, and I'm going to give you an option with the wall too. So giving lots of options tonight, because again, I really want to make this very friendly for that idea of the embryo transfer. So forgive me if I am talking a lot. But what we're going to do here is we're going to come down into this supine bound angle pose. Now, you can do this without a bolster. In fact, to come down, I would actually recommend that you bend the knees first, and then you're going to come onto your back, and you're just going to let your knees tip out towards the sides. And we're just going to breathe here. And in fact, changing it up a little bit, let's all start here, and then I'm going to show you another way of relaxing into this. But what I'd actually like you to do now is bend your knees again, draw the knees in towards your chest. Then I want you to take your hands through your legs. So it's like you're holding on to your, it's not like, you are holding on to your heels there, okay? So soles of the feet are coming together. But the head is on the floor. If you're not comfortable there, holding on underneath the heels, I like to hold on a little bit in front of the ankles for this one. So we're letting the soles of the feet come together, but if they separate a little bit and putting them together is really tough, don't do it. Let it just separate a little bit, because we don't want the core to engage. So when we're looking at things like the embryo transfer, we really don't want to engage with the abdominal muscles very much, okay? And we're just going to let the knees open out. And we breathe. All right. Then, now, if it feels okay to you, you can also take it into a supine bound angle, letting your knees tip down. However, this can be pretty hard on the back to hold for a while. So that's when our bolster or a pillow can come in. So we can bring that bolster or pillow underneath the legs. So then the feet are coming to the outside. The knees, oh, it feels so nice. Knees are tipping onto the bolster. And we're just going to stay here and breathe. Now, if you've got no bolster or pillow that can support you here, but if you do have a wall nearby, you can do something very similar, where you come towards the wall and you place your feet on the wall. Now, I have to say, this is not as comfortable as using the bolster or the pillow, okay? But it's totally doable, and you can actually even, what's more comfortable to me actually is to sit a little closer and take the knees a little bit higher. So find which of those options works for you. And maybe in the next few days, you want to play with resting and relaxing using any of these variations. I recommend either the wall or the bolster or pillow variation though. Okay. So let's take about, I don't know, 1 to 2 minutes just to breathe nice and deeply here. Just really let your body open up. Deep breaths. So take a couple more breaths here. And again, this is, especially again with the bolster, this is a really lovely pose that you can just engage with anytime. So maybe in these days after the embryo transfer, this is just a way that you relax. You breathe, maybe you put on some nice music, and you just chill with your body. No magical thinking, forcing anything, but just lovingly let your body relax. And then we're going to just bring the microphone down so it's not quite so in the way. Okay, so we're going to come into another pose here on the back. So if you are against a wall, just come away from the wall. If you're using a bolster, just go ahead and also bring it out to the side because you won't need it for this. Okay. So what we're going to do is if your knees are out, just start to bend them back up, okay? All right. And then from here, I want you to bend your right knee and place your right foot so that it's coming in front of that left knee, okay? Now, I've just turned myself around, so I'm not sure how that will look on your screen, but if it's not mirroring, don't worry. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to pop that left foot off the ground. And then I want you to take hold of, place your right hand against your right knee and take hold of your left knee with your left hand. Okay, then we're very gently going to pull the left leg towards us and push the right knee away. Nothing too intense here, nothing masochistic or super forceful. And just breathe. Okay, and go ahead and take that down. Unwind. Walk your feet wide. So if you're using a mat, they're going a bit wider than the mat there. Relax your arms and just very gently start to shift your weight towards one side. Roll back through center. And over to the other side, and then back through center, okay? Then we're going to bring that right leg back in. Place the left ankle in front of the right knee. We flex the foot. Draw the right knee into your chest, right hand to your right knee, left hand in front of that, or on the inside of that knee. You're going to, again, gently press that left knee away as you draw the right leg, the right knee towards you. Just breathe. Okay, and then gently release. All right, now from here, I'm hoping you might have a wall available to you. So what I would like you to try to do is come into a legs up the wall pose. So this is going to be our last pose here before we relax tonight. So what we're going to do now, getting into this pose, it's always silly. It always feels weird getting into this pose, but what you're going to do is you have two options. One option is to lay on your side, and I mean the plant pot's in the way, but you're going to lie on your side and bring your bottom and the back of your legs against the wall, and then you can kick one leg up and then the other. Oops, running into the radiator too. Or you can also, if you don't like that way of coming in, you can just scooch yourself as close as you can. So you just scooch and scooch and scooch, and you have to kind of wiggle and use your arms, and it can feel pretty ridiculous to get into this pose, but this is a super relaxing pose. Again, this is another pose that can be associated with bringing blood flow to the uterus. So we're just going to breathe here. And again, my loves, remember that these are poses that you don't actually need to be warmed up for. So something like this, you can do this anytime. Legs up the wall is not only good when you're looking at fertility yoga, but it's also good when you're looking at pregnancy yoga. This can be a very relaxing pose for pregnant women. It can be a very releasing pose. So these are things you can file away. Okay, I'm going to use that when I'm feeling a little stressed. Or maybe I'm going to do that just for a couple minutes every morning or every evening or every lunchtime. Take another 2 breaths here. And then to come out of this pose, I like to just bend my knees a little bit and roll to the side. And then wiggle myself out. But if that doesn't work for you, you can push yourself back. You can push your feet against the wall and again scooch and wiggle. Okay. And then from here, start to now just find a way to comfortably come down onto your back. And you can do this with a blanket, with a cushion. If you do have a bolster, that can be very nice to put under the knees. So lying like this can be very, very comfortable. So find what feels right to you, either sitting or lying down. Sorry, I just said sitting. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I said sitting or lying down, but actually I meant lying down, either with your knees bent or your legs extended. Sorry. Okay. And sorry guys, my car alarm also just went off in that moment, so life. Okay. So once you find your position lying down, just close your eyes and sigh out a few times. Once you've sighed out, just let your natural breath take over again. Feel Feel your eyelids become heavy over your eyes. Just feel your body melting down, relaxing into this moment. Feel your body being supported by the earth. Reminding yourself that you are here now. You are alive and breathing. And in this moment, that is what is. So just breathe in to what is. This beautiful body, this earth, here and now. And smile into your body. Imagine that you are smiling into every cell of the trillions of cells that exist in your body. That you are smiling into your veins, into your bones. That you are smiling into this entire home of your body. And just offer an internal thank you. Thank you, body. Thank you for carrying me through life. It's so easy when we're stressed about something to focus on the things we don't want. But remember that where focus goes, energy flows. So if somebody were telling you over and over again how bad you are, how wrong you are, what's wrong with you, you would start to feel pretty badly. But if somebody reminds you over and over again how loved you are, how beautiful, how perfect, you would feel better. You would respond. I mean, you can feel that shift in your body, right? So you feel the weight, the heaviness of something, you're bad. You can feel the lightness of you're loved, you're appreciated. And just remind yourself that your body is going to respond to these things too. So remind your body, you're loved, you're appreciated. And if you're not quite there yet, this is where you start. This is how you practice. You practice. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do every day, every heartbeat. Thank you for all the blood pouring through you. Thank you for every breath. And on that note, start to deepen your breath. And draw some movement back into your fingers and into your toes. And then gently roll to one side. And then bring yourself all the way back up to seated. And take your hands into prayer in front of your heart. And just gently bow, thanking your body, this earth, that inner light within you, and all it is. And thank you all so much for coming to this session. I hope you found it useful. I hope I didn't do anything too distracting when I had to stop and restart the video. And I can't edit it because I don't have time, because I have to get in the car and go to London. So fingers crossed. Just sending you all lots and lots of love always. Practice loving yourself, loving each other. Why else are we here? Really, why else are we here? So, yeah. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your week. I will be with you live here next Thursday at 5:45. That's all for now.